Cape Lookout, a 56-mile coastal paradise of barrier islands located on the eastern shores of the Outer Banks, North Carolina. Only accessible by boat, the South Core Banks offers 15 miles of primitive camping right on the beach. We invite you to join us as we explore the area and test our skills on another overlanding adventure. We began our trip in Davis at the Camp Cabins ferry service. The ferry prices varied based on the number of passengers and the vehicle size, and reservations are highly encouraged. So we made our reservation a week before, and we paid right around $144 for 3 passengers and 1 vehicle. From there, we boarded our ferry for a 44-minute ride across the bay. In addition to the ferry costs, there's also a separate beach driving permit that's required, and they check when you arrive at the island. That can be purchased right on the National Park Service website, and once you get there, they'll check that and you'll be all set. Once on the island, there's a small store that carries some small supplies, including things like ice and water, but closes at 3 p.m. So it's best to make sure you have everything you need when you arrive. There's also public restrooms and hot showers and a potable water faucet for filling containers and tanks and things like that. All right, so we are at Cape Lookout. We finally landed here off the ferry, about to get camp set up. Our goal is to stay for, well, today's Friday, Saturday, and then leave Sunday late afternoon. So see how it goes. There's so far a lot of flies, but they're not biting at least. And then there's really good weather, so that's a plus. A little bit windy, probably about 10 miles an hour or so not too bad.
Eva, not too close.
But yeah, warm outside, 72, and so far so good. So let's get camp set up.
A shame, think something new under the sun. You can't take back them things you already done. No.
So we're using these sandbags as opposed to the stakes, just because, I mean, one, it's a lot heavier to hold, at least a lot sturdier to hold this awning down, and then 2, don't have to worry about hammering them in the ground or stepping on them or anything. So go with these.
Cover up your games. You try so hard, hoping that one day.
So for our water supply, we use this little spout with the water port. It has 3.5 gallons.
All those flies.
And the cool thing about it is you can pressurize it either by hand, or if you're lazy like me, you can use this. So we're gonna do that now. Put this right in here. Has a nice little port for it.
Eva.
That's good. And then that gives us a nice good amount of water. So we got these solar lights I really like. They're portable, like, you know, you can just store them anywhere really. But they're cool because you can just, you know, put them all around the awning, and they give off a lot of light, and they last usually a while. I've never really timed it, but usually all night. So I'll get these set up, and then, you know, they recharge once the sun comes out. So luckily we got 3 days of full sun, so we should get pretty good charge. We decided to do breakfast close to the water to escape the relentless attack from flies and gnats. I think the wind and spray from the ocean somehow repels them, so it was a much more comfortable experience down by the water. After breakfast, we tried inflating our lounge chair. It's one of those advertised as a quick inflating process by capturing the air, so Janelle gave it a go. All right, go. Now squeeze it.
I think I did it!
Yeah, see, once you squeeze it together, roll it up,
I think I rolled it the wrong way, but all right.
Voila. With our lounge chair finally inflated, we relaxed a while, enjoyed the warm morning sunshine. Then we packed up and took a nice leisurely drive along the beach, headed to the public bathrooms to grab a quick hot shower. The bathrooms are actually pretty well kept, with great water pressure and plenty of hot water, which that was very nice. So apparently on the beaches, old cars back in the day, I think maybe 50s or 60s, were used to build up the dunes, and the remnants of them are still here degrading, which is kind of crazy, but so you can still see the spark plugs. The engine block here, man. Apparently prior to the National Park Service takeover of the island, many junk cars were barged over from the mainland and dumped on the island. Some were even abandoned by visitors that had just run out of gas or broke down. Over the years, many of the cars had been eroded by the weather and storms, and some even just buried by sand accumulation, but in some areas they can still be seen. Our next stop was to check out the infamous lighthouse, which was about 14 miles south near the tip of the island. There are two ways to reach the lighthouse, either by the inner path or along the beach. And for us, it was a beautiful day, so we decided to take a nice drive along the beach, cruising at about 25 miles an hour, which took us about 35 minutes or so to get to the lighthouse.
Hey, honey, coming home to you. Said, hey, honey, promise please that you're gonna leave the light on for me. Hey, honey, I'm coming home soon. And know what we're gonna do.
Completed in 1857, the lighthouse stands at 163 feet high and can be seen up to 19 miles out to sea. The unique diamond pattern that's on the exterior of the building not only distinguishes it from other lighthouses, but it also serves as an additional navigational tool, with the center of the black diamonds pointing north and south, and then the center of the white diamonds pointing east and west. It serves as day markers for mariners. Up until 1950, the lighthouse required keepers to live on premise in order to maintain the daily task of keeping the lighthouse operational all year round. Most of the keepers lived alone and had little contact really with the outside world, and I'm sure must have experienced extreme loneliness. So I can imagine it took a special kind of person to be a lighthouse keeper at Cape Lookout. After our visit to the lighthouse, we cruised a little further south to prep for lunch and to have a little fun in the sun.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on, and she loves me.
Got our little Bunsen burner camp stove. So we're just getting lunch going. And just gonna check out the rest of the island. Right now we're at the point, I guess it's called, or near the point. But it's beautiful weather out here, beautiful day. So to set up camp for the night, we decided to move down the beach a little bit, closer to the Cape Lookout Point, where it seemed to have a lot more space, and most importantly was further from the dunes and a grassy area there where all those attack flies were just kind of hanging out. But before we did that, before we left our spot, we wanted to get a jump on prepping our ash bread for dinner that night, and that way it would have plenty of time to rise before we threw it on the fire. Yeast in there with the maple syrup.
Good?
Yeah. Good.
Teaspoon.
Hot water.
Where's the hot water? Oh, in the sprayer. Ah.
We got our hot water bladder. It's been sitting up there for about 3 hours, so now it's nice and hot. Pull it.
Quarter cup. Okay, stop. Smells very yeasty.
Okay. So here's the technique we're coming with. This time we're gonna make a nice bread loaf. Good old Reynolds wrap or aluminum foil. Got a nice mold made into the form of a bread loaf. See if that works.
Just don't let the sand fall in it.
Put the embers in there. Hot coals.
I think that's.
Okay, you gotta be very careful not to get any sand in here. Because otherwise,
Could be off or not. Looks good. Embers, then cover, or
I'll leave some room to grow a little bit. All right, so we'll let that simmer about an hour, I guess, see how it turns out. So the bread's been cooking for an hour and a half. I really don't know what it's gonna do. So the anticipation. All right, let's check it out. Dun 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 dun. Coals are still kind of hot. Didn't really rise. Smells burnt. Oh, it's burnt to a crisp. So,
and raw at the bottom.
It's not really raw. So that experiment didn't work out so good, but I'm gonna throw it over here. So it got a little done.
On there again.
It didn't really rise. I don't think it could rise
It's kind of heavy.
because the weight of the coals and everything, but I'm sure it tastes good. That's all that matters. As long as it fills our belly. So the bread tastes good, but obviously it's burnt. More like a Melba toast. burnt bread is gone. The melba toast is gone. So that should tell you. And even Eva wanted to eat it, which that says a lot. So it was a good day overall. Only concern going forward is did we set up camp far enough away from the high tide, so we may wake up in the morning underwater. Nah, I don't know. Hopefully we won't. I think we calculated it out. We've done enough research and asked enough questions from the locals, so I think we should be good. So until the morning, adios. Man, good morning. I slept all right. I mean, you sleep like with the waves, it's kind of like white noise. I mean, we are sleeping in a tiny box with a mattress, so it gets a little tight, especially when you weigh 260 pounds and but overall, it's a peaceful night. Ready to get the day started. Nobody had to get up and go pee either, which was nice.
Remember, you got your keys.
Don't forget them keys, man. Yesterday, I left the keys up here and closed it and couldn't find them. Don't forget the keys, they say. Don't forget the keys. So it looks like the tide came up pretty close, and our fire was right here. So you can see, compared to the Jeep. But we made it, man. We didn't drown, we didn't sink. So the ash bread was a bust, but I redeemed myself with fry bread. This is, I mean, you can't go wrong with fried bread and syrup and butter. So, kind of like a donut. Very delicious. So they have showers here at Cape Lookout. Hot showers, but we're way down here at the point there's no showers down here. And I purchased this new solar shower water bladder that I want to test out, and the wife is gonna be the unofficial official tester. So far we put it out. It's been sitting for 2.5 hours in the sun directly. It's at 104 degrees. So that should be good for a lukewarm shower. So let's test it out. Okay, so we're finally ready to get the shower going. Moved it to this side, there's not a lot of wind. The water is at I think it was 116. That should be plenty hot.
All right, so, oh gosh, that makes me worried.
Okay.
Not scalding.
Okay, we put down a mat. Is this sand so your feet don't get all sandy? All right, we ready?
I think so.
Let's hit it.
Oh, it's chilly. Okay, no. It's actually very warm. Yeah, that's actually not bad.
Oh yeah, it's nice and warm.
What's
It's a
that?
hot shower.
Nice, right?
Yeah. All right, so final verdict on the shower. Thumbs up, man. I'm surprised. I mean, it took 2.5 hours to heat up, and obviously you got to have a lot of sun to do that. But man, I let it rip. I didn't even turn it off, and I probably used like, I don't know, maybe a gallon or a half or something. Able to take a full shower, nice and comfortable. The wife's happy.
3 of us. We got 3 showers in, 2.5.
Yeah, a family of 3 with a shower, man. And still had water to spare if we wanted to really conserve, but we didn't. So. But yeah, man, it's a good pick. I don't know what the brand of this is, summer shower. But yeah, it's a good quality, good sturdy handle. And if you can find one of these private showers that has already a hole in the top, good. If not, then we had to cut one and make it work. So, but everybody's clean, so fresh and so clean. So in 1750, the Spanish warship El Salvador was shipwrecked off the coast of Cape Lookout somewhere. It's said to have had, I don't know, multi-millions of dollars worth of gold and silver pieces that were lost with the ship. But after many years, no one's ever found any evidence of the ship. And so the National Park Service says that you're not allowed to bring any metal detectors on the island. You're not allowed to disturb any and take anything really from the island other than shells and driftwood. So they might suspect that there's some treasure out there. Who knows? But as for now, I mean, all that's out here really is just, unfortunately, trash, pieces of wood and plastic, fishing lures, things like that. And who knows, maybe in another 30 years, some treasure will show up. But for now, this is all we got.
A shame, think something new under the sun.
So that concluded our 3-day adventure on Cape Lookout. Although it was a short trip, we had a blast enjoying the scenery, relaxing on the beach, and cruising the sandy shoreline. Whether you're interested in a rustic camping experience or even just a day trip, Cape Lookout is a great time, and I highly recommend adding it to your bucket list of must-sees. We hope you enjoyed our video, and thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next adventure.
You need help.